Page 12, It's a Small World. This is a happy piece. I'm not going to play it happy. I'm going to play it slow. You can play it happy on your own. At the beginning in the right hand, you're in a position where your fifth finger's on the B. Okay? Okay. But when you go to the second line, you got to go down one note, so the fifth finger's on the A. So you're aware, you don't have to look down at the keyboard to do it. You're just going down one note. You ought to be able to do it without looking. Ought to. Look if you have to, but please try and get it without looking. Then at the last measure of that, you got to go back up. Then at measure 9, the last line, you're going to go up to the G position. You go up one more. Again, you don't have to look down when you move your hand. There's just one spot. At the very end, the last note is an AVA over it, so instead of here, you're going to play it here. Left hand, while I'm there, you see the AVA under it, so instead of here, you're going to play it an octave lower down here at the same time. Yay, okay. Third line, last measure. It's measure 8. Left hand, you got staccatos, remember those. There's no pedal in this, so staccato's fine. And then the fourth line in the left hand is staccato all the way across. Use kind of an arm staccato. You could use a wrist, I guess, but you can also use the arm. You're bouncing off the keys. Okay, just don't try and do it with your fingers. It's either with a wrist or with the arm. It's up to you what you do. Arm staccato is generally for chords that are loud. That's where you really need it. Okay. Fingering. I would suggest alternate fingering on a whole lot of stuff. It's up to you whether you do it, but I'm going to point it out. So if you want to do it, you got it. You can take a pencil and write them in. I'm starting with measure 6. That is page 12, third line, first measure. In the left hand, they are suggesting a 1 and 2, followed by a 1 on the E flat. I hate that. And a 1 again on the D. I would suggest you do a 4-2 for the C and the E, a 3 on the E flat, and a 1 on the D. It's much safer. So you're here in the previous measure, you're here. Just go up 1, go up, whatever you got to go here. That pattern happens elsewhere, and I would use the same fingering elsewhere. Everywhere it happens, I suggest that one. Page 12, last line, second measure, and third measure. In the right hand, on those notes, for those repeated A's, I recommend it's a 2, then a 1-2. And then on the next one is a 1, and then a 2. And then at the top of page 12, I'll do a 3-1-3. I'm just trying to avoid using the same finger on each one, and it's kind of fun. It just adds a little bit of spice and interest to the actual physical playing it. Then at the top of page 12, we already talked the first measure, 3-1-3. Then on the next measure, you're starting with a 3, then I do a 1. Then a 3 on the D. And then a 2 on the last measure, 2, 1, 3. Then I'll measure 18. It's page 13, third line down, first measure, right hand. I would do a 3, 2, 3. The notes in the previous measure, that's the last measure of the second line, you're here. So you're going to play with a 3 anyway. You can figure out your fingering if you want. Experiment a little bit. Just keep it simple and easy, and try to use different fingers on repeated notes if you can. If you can't, that's fine. I mentioned this in the previous video on the other piece about they're not exactly accurate on their melody and how long you hold notes out and all that. They're keeping the notation simple, and it's encouraging the harmony, or it's enhancing the harmony a little bit. For instance, on measure 3, the world is in here. The world should be a quarter note because of is up here. That's all melody, okay? They're doing it so it does the harmony as well as melody. So they're holding that world down for 2 counts because they want the harmony. Is what I'm guessing they're doing. Starting at measure 23, that is page 13, 4th line down, last measure. In the right hand, you have a D, then you gotta go up 1 for the E and the C. Going on to the last line, you gotta go down 1, go down another, and another. And try not to look at the keyboard when you do it, because you're just going down 1 key. So you ought to be able to keep your hand in that position and just go down. Let's try it together. 4/4 time, but you have a pickup beat because the last measure has 3 counts. The 4th count is up at the top. So I'll give you 3 counts and then we'll come in together. We're going to do this slowly. You can speed it up on your own. It says brightly. I don't do anything brightly anymore, but yeah, you do that. Hands where they go. Left hand is here. Right hand starts here. So no pedal. 1, ready, and go, and.